Hey guys, so it's Laura back with our normal YouTube channels for D.I.D.inRawLife. First off, I want to apologize for the major delay in between video postings. I know it's been, looks like about a month or two maybe, um, and whatnot. And I know when I originally started the channel, I was going to try and do a video update at least once, hopefully twice a week, if not more often. And part of that delay is just what you're going to get with us is we are not fully functional and stable and integrated and completely leveled out yet, so we still do have periods of crises and lower functional levels where we're not doing quite as well and we're not able to maybe meet up to all our responsibilities that we have, and that's kind of, sorry, I'm just checking my notes on the computer. Um, that's kind of the reason we haven't been doing many videos, is this time of year is an extremely challenging, if not horrendous, depending on the time of year for us and whatnot. So if there's long-standing periods or dry spells between videos, please bear with us. We do still check our email and Twitter and Facebook and all of that during those times. It just means we might not be presenting on YouTube or on our WordPress blog as much. So my apologies in advance. So what I wanted to, now that we got that covered, and my apologies for the horribly long period of time between videos, I'm going to pull up my notes here, and what I wanted to talk today about, excuse me, was a topic that's already been talked about on my blog about, it was published 19 days ago, so about just shy of 3 weeks ago. Because that's just how far behind I am on everything. And so I will be doing, as best I can, I will be doing a series of videos catching up on videos discussing blog posts I've already done. And for those of you who don't already follow my blog or don't even know that I have a blog, I do have a blog. It's through WordPress.com, and I can put the link to that in the description section below this video. So if you just click below your thing, it should take you there. But I wanted to talk to people about safety planning and what it is, how they work. Because, we've got a bus stuck outside. But because safety planning around the holidays, I feel, is a very important, I don't know, task to put on your to-do list and check off and make sure people have done. As everyone's probably pretty aware, holidays can be an extremely challenging time for people. Yeah, if I'm looking away from the camera, guys, it's just I've got notes pulled up on my computer and I just want to make sure I'm getting everything. So that's why I keep looking away, is I keep looking at my notes because we have been really scattered and switchy and dissociative and whatnot. So it's just me trying to keep my brain together. I apologize for that. But yeah, so safety planning is something that's essential about the holidays, I feel like, because whether or not you suffer from mental illness or medical problems, they can be an extremely trying time for people, but that time is even more challenging for those experiencing a mental health issue. And that can be anything from depression to PTSD or dissociative identity disorder or schizophrenia. It really runs the whole gamut. There is no illness that's exempt from the holidays being a little bit extra challenging or whatever. So a safety plan, I feel like the name's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll kind of explain it a little bit. It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a plan that usually is created by a person such as myself that would oftentimes be referred to as a client or whatever. I
have eyes on their treatment team, which I have another post about that, guys. If you don't know what a treatment team is and how they work, I've got a post on my blog about it. But who's all part of your support? They help you come up with it, and it's a plan designed to help you mainly be safe. So to prevent any incidences of self-harm, suicide attempts, drug use, alcohol use, those things, but also their plans designed to also just get through a crisis, even if that may involve any safety issues. Like I'm in crisis, I'm not drinking and I'm not trying to kill myself or have any urges for self-harm or anything, but I'm definitely in the middle of a crisis. A safety plan is a wonderful thing for that, to help me and many other people get through that bump. Um, so that's kind of what it is. It's usually used within the mental health field. In my opinion, you do not have to be involved in the mental health system in any way to have one of these. So you don't necessarily have to be seeing a therapist. You don't have to be seeing a psychiatrist. You don't have to have a caseworker, anything like that. If you have no health services, if you have no mental health services and you're going through a rough time, please, 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 I urge you to reach out to your local community. DHS is a really great resource here in the United States, at least. I apologize, I'm lazy. I have not done any research to resources outside of the US. Eventually I will be getting there, I just haven't yet. But please, there's help out there everywhere, guys. Even the 747 talk to the text crisis line is a great resource. Please reach out and get help if you're not receiving it. But back on topic. Again, scattered. I'm really sorry, guys. You don't have to be in any way in the mental health system, but it's frequently used within the mental health field. So anywhere from a psychiatric ward in a hospital or a residential treatment center, or just within therapists. And I lost track. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. So, yeah, therapists, case managers, social workers, psychiatric wards are really famous for it. If you're ever in a psychiatric ward, you will run into a safety plan. Surefire, without a doubt, will happen. And if you don't, there's something wrong with the psychiatric ward. It's like one of their basic, here's what we're doing, and whatnot. So those are usually the people that create them and use them. So the point of a safety plan is when somebody is in crisis, or they're experiencing a large amount of distress or anxiety or whatever. It could just be something so simple as your thoughts are racing. It is really hard for the brain to think clearly during that period of time. So for those of you that have done DBT, which I did have a request for a video on that, I've done years and years and years and sadly more years of DBT, but I'm not ignoring you. I think it was Sarah that asked me. And when I make references, guys, I don't last names. It's confidentiality thing, so I will not use ever your last name on the internet. So be emailed if I'm to one of your questions or requests. I did get a request on DBT. I'm not off on. It's just, even though for years and years and years, I don't feel like I fully understand the module and the technical stuff to do a YouTube video on it yet. More research and getting a better grip concept module and how it came about and to be implicated before I had to do a video. But I've done okay, and in Tea is a therapy tool that is really in the mental health field. It's very widely used, and most sick of hearing it about the time they're done. Extremely helpful. So one of them is distractions as part of their therapy module, and in a state of mind, I might know, like, okay, I'm in this situation. I am gonna need distraction techniques. A list of 5 different techniques, right? So logically, thinking clearly, come up with that list. But if you ask me, say, or right after a fact, if I could list you those 5 same techniques, I couldn't do it. It's really hard to think clearly things we know and know well when we're distressed or in a state of mental health issues. And so deal behind a safety plan is it's all out for you. There's no thinking involved in at least. Well, in my experience, there's thinking involved. That's because I over worry about everything, at least some thinking, but there's no memory call involved. So if I'm in crisis, I don't remember from my who I call. I have it written out on paper, like, okay, if I miss this, here's the person I call. If I hold of them, here's the second person I call. If they don't work, here's the third, fourth, fifth. I'm like, I think I have like 6 there, and then it's like, call 911. Fucked. Sorry, edit that out. But anyways, it has a list of skills. So if I'm in I don't have to sit there and try and remember the written out. I've got a sheet of paper telling exactly what I need to do, and whatnot. That's the general idea about it. And the general idea of safety plans and kind of what's behind them and what they're about. So I'm trying. Let me go over here real quick for minutes. I'm sorry, it's a long video, guys. So basically, how they work is you, a third-party person, so someone on team, either a therapist or guardian, caseworker, psychiatrist, whatever, just someone on your support team, come up with a plan like, hey, if I'm experiencing urges of harm, I'm going to do A, B, and if those aren't helping, I'll call person B, person C, and it kind of lays you. And then you usually have to sign it. If there's an immediate safety, not an immediate, but current ongoing safety concern, say you're not immediately going to self, but you're feeling kind of idle, and there's immediate threat to danger, you'll probably have to sign contracting for safety saying that you'll follow the plan to the best of your ability and safe. So that's kind of work. It's just a paper giving a guide. Hey, I know you're having a hard time, and here what about it. So what you put in a safety plan really varies from person to person. I've done, and if my office was so dismantled at the moment, if you guys remember me about this, but I was redoing my office space, including my desk, and still kind of in disassembly mode, so things are around and I'm still trying to get it organized. But if I find it, I will do a second update, something. But I have done a plan that's, if I remember right, it was about a little long. It was over and sorry guys, I should know. About an inch and a half of snow on the ground, and watching all the cars drive like maniacally distracting. But I've done super, super detailed plans that have from what happened on my toe to if I try to kill myself and what do we do. And here's what I want person A to do. Like my therapist, it's got of steps and things my therapist do in like 8 different situations. And they're vague situations, but they're situations. So it's really, really detailed. And has a lot of information, a lot of coping, a lot of about like what time at what point send me to the hospital because I'm really against going to hospital, guys. I don't find it to be very I find it to be more traumatic for myself personally. So we try and avoid it at all costs. So it has information of like, okay, at what point where is that line between we can keep her out of the hospital? She really does need to be hospitalized. Yes, it is. This is what we need to do. And on really short age safety plans as well. I recently, within the last, I don't know, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. I can't remember when it was, guys. But within 3 months, I've made a plan with my therapist, who's amazing. Her, by the way, super, super awesome for putting up with our crap. But anyways, I've had it where it's like one person, second person to call, worst case, and we do this. And it's 6, 7 bullet point thing. I signed it, she signed it, she did it, and bam, we have to plan. I mean, we drilled this thing up in minutes. So I've done both. In depth, I've done really quick and to the point, brief plans. I feel have their purpose. Short ones are great for a moment of a crisis. In my experience, guys, I find a more in-depth one works better than a short one. It just depends on the person, but for me, the shorter ones seem to work by crisis that's currently like say I am currently like right now in this moment a really bad dissociative episode. I'm on the road, I don't know where it is a point for whoever's trying to work with me. Briefly look at, skim through, and go. You're supposed to call the therapist, whom really hard not to name. Confidentiality. It's a habit for me to name, so I'm sorry, guys, but I know. But we call the therapist, and that helps them react quickly. Situation going on, because things are pretty quick. A lot of the time. Like, you don't necessarily have an hour that you can sit there and read an 11-page statement. Or you don't have 5 minutes to sit there and look for the information. If someone's trying to find a list of people, they would have to flip through 7 or 8. Actually, mine was so they wouldn't. But you get one. They don't have time to be flipping through a pamphlet of information. They need it then and they need it. So that's why I'm a fan of ones, is because they're quick, they can react, the information is right there and easy to. However, more in-depth ones for active crisis periods. So when necessarily in crisis, maybe still having a rough time, but you're not in an active crisis situation where people don't react quite as quickly. They have time to sit there and read through that. Oh, hey, so she doesn't want us there without us telling her because it scares her. Definitely feel both really in depth. Personally, if it was me writing one of these bad boys up, I would do both. I would do two. I would have a really short, quick one for actives, and I would have my really long for inactive times. That way, all my bases are So yeah, that's kind of like I think that's about all my notes for the night. Um, but they're both really valuable. And one is better than the other. But they both have their purposes. This was kind of I know it was a video we're going on, I don't even know, guys. I think 15, oh, we're going on 20 minutes of video right now, so I'm gonna cut her short. But it was kind of a rundown of safety, and my blog definitely has it more and even has an example where I think I got two up there of what a safety plan looks like. Feel free to refer to that blog post for information. And as always, if you have questions on it, if you need help writing ideas for a safety plan, I would not recommend using an immediate crisis person, guys. My heart wants to be that person for you guys, but obviously, no way in the world I can be that for everybody across the whole. So, definitely, if you're not in crisis and you need an immediate response, if it can wait a case, if you want me to help you generate some ideas of people you might want to plan, I can definitely at least generate ideas for you. Or answer any questions, clarify anything I might have not clarified in this video. I know mattered, so he skidded, real and whatnot. So that's safety planning, the basic. It's not super in-depth. Oh, I'm sorry. But that's basic safety planning and works and what they're about. Hope this video is helpful to at least people, and everyone is feeling safe during this holiday. And as always, please subscribe. There's a button here somewhere. I don't know, the button's either in the left hand corner or it's down on the bottom right. Or you can just click the below and subscribe. And feel free to post questions, whatever, in the comment section. And see you guys in my next video.